Leica M9 or Leica M8. So if I have to choose one, I will get the M8. The reason is because in my experience, the M8 is a more awake camera, which means that I don't know if this is this one or if it happened with all the M9s, but image quality is excellent, full frame, so the specs of the camera are superior to the M8 ones, but is a slower and less raw experience. Between my two M8s and my M9, the difference is that M8 is always ready, so I never experienced the problem of a very long like rendering of the image that you have to wait. But with M9, sometimes the camera, it's like it collapses. It collapses, and and you need to wait a lot, and it's something that can become uncomfortable, a real problem. And sometimes I'm afraid that I have to take out the battery and lose the images. So yeah, it's like this camera seems to need more effort to digest the information, the images. And that's the main reason why I will get M8. Maybe it's a problem of this camera. I sent it to Germany a couple of times to adjust. I read in internet a lot, in forums, to see what can be the problem. And at the end, if you go for the right SD card, you can make this camera work almost perfect. But there is always a moment where it starts to blink, the red light, and you feel like trapped. If this camera have the same behavior as this camera, that this camera seems completely mechanical. I think the M8 colors are more special, are warmer. M9 is almost there, but in my personal opinion, don't produce the unique images that M8 produce. But you have a full sensor, which means that you can use the whole lenses, and you feel that it's a more powerful camera. But at the end, if I have to choose between the two cameras, I will go for the M8. And the M8 don't have the sensor problems, corrosion problems. It have other problems, for example the shutter, not in this one but in my other M8, it broke. So I had to send the camera to Germany and to fix, and it was a 700 euros repairing cost. So yeah, be aware. And I suspect that the reason is because this camera goes up to 1/8000 in speed. And I think the M8.2 that goes just up to 1/4000. I think this is mainly to prevent this problem, but this is just my guess. So maybe the M8.2 don't have this issue with the shutter, but I have the experience that in the M8, in the first version, it can break, but it only did it one time, in this camera never, and in the other after 20,000 shots it was required to send. I had to send it to Germany and they fixed it. The rest is the same as you can see, both cameras look exactly the same in the back, in the top, so yeah, they are the same, the experience. This one have a harsher sound in the shutter. This one is, the M9 is like softer, like it have some amortiguation. I don't know if this word exists. It's like the sound is not so harsh. And I confess that I'm a fan of the sound of the M8 more than the M9, that is more softer sound. But this is my taste, personal taste. So yeah, at the end, what would I buy if I find a M9 at a good price with the sensor, with the new sensor, because the M9 have a problem with the sensor, that they have suffered from corrosion, so it needs to be changed. I read that it don't happen in all the cameras, but in many of them yes, so I would recommend to check. But if I find M9 with upgrade sensor without the corrosion problem and a good price, I will go for it without thinking. And if I find a M8 at a good price and in good conditions and that it seems to be okay, I will go for it without thinking. So it depends which one cross your path. In my case, both are excellent. But again, if I have to pick one, I will get the M8. Maybe it's also how to say, romantic issue, because it was my first one, my first Leica M, so maybe it's this first love. But anyway, that's my, these are my thoughts about this question, which one I prefer. Take care, all the best, and see you soon. Bye bye.